Hi Aquarius, welcome to Carol's Universe Tarot Readings, Tarot Reading from the Heart. So this is your November 2018 reading. You've also got a love reading sitting alongside this, so if you want to look at that, you can check that out. If you'd like a private reading with me, please go to my website. There's a box at the end of the reading you can click on to go through to my website if you'd like a private reading. Also, I'm doing year ahead readings now, so if you would like your year ahead starting from now for the next 12 months or starting from January, you can do. They come in the form of Lenormands and also they come in the form of the live spreads. So let's have a look at your reading. We're using the Everyday Enchantment Tarot by Poppy Palin this month, and let's go for it. I love this particular deck. It's really good. So let's have a look. So Universe Spirit, can you show me what's coming in for Aquarius for November 2018? What's coming through for Aquarius? Show me Aquarius for the month of November 2018. Show me. Alright, we're going to split the deck into 3 Aquarius like so. We'll collect that back up like so. And let's have a look for you. Okay, so 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, and 10. There we go. Let's have a look for you. So I always like to start at this place here, the you now position, who you guys are in November. You are death reversed. That's interesting. You might be going back to something that you left behind, Aquarius. Death reverse means, often when you get this card, it actually means resurrection. So sometimes when you get the death reverse, you've closed your door on a situation, but then you're, you know, it's almost like the Lazarus effect, coming back from the dead. I feel that you guys are returning to something that you closed the door on. The reason for that is because the Three of Wands energy. And I think that you see leverage in this thing, because the Three of Wands is all about exploration. You're exploring a new territory. The Three of Wands is also about networking with others. So I feel that you're coming out of hibernation. It's not even hibernation. I think you really did shut the door on something here, Aquarius, and you said, I'm not doing it anymore. But then I feel because you're showing this death reverse, you're coming back from the dead. So you're resurrected. You're doing something that, again, you're opening the door up again to something that you closed the door on, perhaps a long time ago, because the root issue is all about you guys exploring something here. The Three of Wands, you can see 3 explorers. So I'm seeing you exploring something here. You probably feel that there's more. There's either something that you left, that you didn't explore in the first place, you didn't look into, or there's more legs on this thing. There's more, you know, there's more leverage in this thing, whatever it is. And in the past, you've got the 8 of Wands. You probably received some messages, some good news. Could be concerning a business idea, for example, with the Three of Wands energy showing there as well, because the 8 of Wands is all about messages and communication in the past concerning perhaps, this could be a trip, or it could be some form of a business idea or a business networking thing with this Three of Wands energy. What's your challenge though, Aquarius? Your challenge is the Fool energy, taking the risk. It's really taking a risk on this, because I think you closed your door on it before, and I think that you've gone back into doing it again, because the death is reversed, showing that you guys showing here. The energy around you, therefore, as a result of that Fool energy is, well, I think that there's the Three of Swords showing here. So the energy around you for the month, I think, is more about worry, fear with this Three of Swords energy, because this is going to be the focus for the month for you with this Three of Swords. And I think because your challenge is taking a risk, it might be the focus with the Three of Swords is on disappointment for some of you guys with the Three of Swords energy. It might be that you have to separate yourself from someone with that Three of Swords energy. It might be that this causes a lot of contention, perhaps within the family, perhaps within your friendships, that type of thing. The Three of Swords is about heartbreak and disappointment when you get this card showing up. The most likely outcome from this situation is going to be the Knight of Cups, though. So I think that more than likely some of you guys are actually going to follow your dreams, to be perfectly honest with you. Knight of Cups, yes, it is about love, but when you do tarot, you don't always read love cards as love, because the Knight of Cups is all about following your heart, following your desires. So I feel that the most likely outcome is that you are going to follow your heart on this situation showing here. Coming in the immediate future, what you've got is the Five of Swords. So the Five of Swords could be talking about that there's some form of a setback coming in this situation, and influences around you guys are the Eight of Swords. I feel that there could be a setback. I think that some of you guys with this influence around you being the Eight of Swords energy, I think you have a lot on your plate. I think that you are very limited in your life. You might have a lot on your plate concerning children, concerning the home, for example. Maybe this is something that cannot be explored at the moment. Hopes or fears. The Six of Coins. So the Six of Coins is about balance, sharing, receiving rewards. And it might be that your hopes are receiving money or receiving rewards for whatever this thing is, this Three of Wands. We're going to get some clarifiers on this. The overall outcome from this Five of Swords, which I feel is maybe a setback, the Emperor energy. So the Emperor as an overall outcome, often this card means that we need to draw boundaries, or that boundaries are drawn on a situation here, especially if you've got a Five of Swords showing here, which is a setback card. The overall outcome from that setback is the Emperor energy. Maybe a boundary needs to be drawn. Maybe some form of, something needs to be constructed here. We'll see what this is about, because it's a very weird reading so far. I'm going to see why you guys are showing us Death in the reverse. Why is Aquarius showing us being Death reverse? Why are they showing us being the Death reverse card? Let's have a look. It's to do with, I think it's this way up, isn't it? Yeah, it's to do with Judgment energy. The Judgment energy, I think that something has cleared. I think that you're returning to something here with the Death reversed card showing Aquarius. You're showing us Death reversed because of Judgment. It's to do with Judgment. So I feel that with the Death energy showing here, this reversal of the Death, you're showing as being somebody who's returned something. You closed the door on something, but I think that door is now being opened up, because I think there's excuse me, with the Judgment energy, something has been cleared. Also, the Judgment energy is to do with making a final decision when you get the Judgment energy as well. But I feel that when the Judgment card shows up, and also Judgment is a card about resurrection. Okay, so the Judgment card can say there's renewal of something happening here. So I feel that you guys are returning to something because something has been renewed. Both cards represent resurrection. Judgment in the upright, Death in the reverse, both are resurrection. So I definitely feel that something is being resurrected here in your you now position. You're resurrecting something because this is to do with a renewal, the Judgment energy. And the reason that everything is happening is because of the Three of Wands. This can be business networking with others. It can be exploring new territories with the Three of Wands energy. It can also be waiting. The Four of Swords. So Three of Wands and the Four of Swords energy. Okay. I feel that the root issue is about a group, or maybe you were networking with someone here with this Three of Wands energy, Aquarius, and you decided to take time out of this. This could have been like a business deal here with this Three of Wands. You might have been connecting with other people, but I get the impression that whatever this exploration is, you guys decided to take time out of it with the Four of Swords energy, and right now you're looking to resurrect, to go back into this thing with the Death energy in the reverse, because I feel that this isn't so much renewal. I feel that you're feeling renewed. I feel that you've been able to lift a lot of problems or a lot of issues off your shoulders, because the Judgment energy also means to be able to lift off your shoulders. It means to release. It's a card about resurrecting yourself from something. I think that you're going back into something here with the Death energy. You're opening up that door on something that you shut down, because finally you have, with this Judgment energy, the ability now to go and do this with the Judgment energy. I think that something has been cleared. A path has been cleared, a way has been cleared with the Judgment energy showing here, because the root issue is all about something that you were exploring with the Three of Wands that you had to withdraw from with the Four of Swords energy. And I feel that in the past, we've got the Eight of Wands, messages came to you perhaps with this Eight of Wands energy. Let's see what this Eight of Wands is about. I think messages came to you in the past that you really blocked out. I think you were blocking out messages. So I feel that you were exploring something here. There was something that you were exploring that you had to take time out of, or you decided to withdraw from an exploration, or withdraw from perhaps this new, a new direction that you were taking with the Three of Wands energy. You might have withdrawn from a team here, or a group of people, because in the past with the Eight of Wands energy, I feel also this isn't just about messages. It might be in the past you blocked messages from these people that you were working with. You withdrew from a group of people. You withdrew from an exploration showing here. And I feel that you were blocking these people's messages or blocking someone's messages in the past with the Two of Swords energy. I'm going to see why you were blocking those messages. Why was Aquarius blocking these messages coming in? Because of the King of Wands. Could have been a person, Aquarius, with the King of Wands energy. I think that you decided to, I think with the Eight of Cups, you turned your back on it. So I think that there's a person here. I feel that you turned your back. You can see the Eight of Cups is showing here. It's got its back turned to the King of Wands. Okay. If this isn't a person, it might be that you decided that you were going to block out people contacting you or somebody contacting you. It might be that you left an individual, you decided to walk away from an individual. It might be that you decided to walk away from a very kind of high, a highly kind of energetic job or a job with this King of Wands. Maybe some of you guys were in a very much a leadership position. Maybe it became too much and you decided to walk away from it. You wanted to walk away from the very kind of, how can I explain the King of Wands? The King of Wands can be kind of like a job that you have where you've got a lot of responsibility. It's very fast moving. It's almost like you decided to, if you look at this, this looks like a race. So it's almost like you withdrew from a rat race. Let's call it, this is probably not a person. I feel that you guys with this Eight of Cups withdrew. You walked away from the rat race, showing here. And you blocked out any messages. I think that you'd had in the past people asking you to come back to this thing, Aquarius. But you decided to walk away from a rat race, showing here. Because this is a race and this is walking away from it. So I feel that you decided to walk away from the rat race. And you blocked out any type of messages showing here. And also the Eight of Wands can be a time of when it's really busy. Where there's just, you've had a lot on your shoulders here with this Eight of Wands. And you decided no more with the Two of Swords. So some of you guys said, look, I'm really, really busy and I can't really do this anymore. And I'm deciding to withdraw from the rat race showing here. And that's why you withdrew with the Four of Swords from this particular exploration. From exploring maybe a business idea even further. Maybe exploring how far you could go in a particular business or in a particular job, for example. But I feel that you guys are deciding to open up that door again with the Death in the reverse, because I feel that you've had a lot of stuff being removed off your shoulders with this Judgment energy. There's a sense of resurrection, a sense of being resurrected maybe from something that was very difficult, which is why you guys decided to withdraw from a rat race showing here. Now, your challenge is the Fall. It's about taking a risk. Could be a child, but it was also a Fall, is the risk taker card. So why is Aquarius, oopsie daisy. Let's have a look at these cards here. The Nine of Wands and the Devil came out together. I saw that for another zodiac sign actually. But I think that your challenge is taking a risk, because I do feel that you guys are very tired with this Nine of Wands energy. I also feel with the Nine of Wands energy, I'm just looking at the cards together because he's looking back. He's looking towards the Devil. I feel that it's almost like your challenge is taking a risk, going back into this thing with the Full energy showing here. Because it's almost like with the Nine of Wands energy, it's to do with feeling tired, staying at your post. With this Nine of Wands energy, you're looking towards the Devil though. It's almost like you say, well, if I stay with this, within this thing, if I go back into it, then really what I am, I'm going to have to stay with all of this responsibility. I'm going to be kind of locked down to being really responsible with the Devil energy. Because the Devil is all about chains. And in a way, the Nine of Wands is, even though the Nine of Wands is more about self-inflicted chains. Because what we do with the Nine of Wands, we stay by our post, come hell or high water. You know, perhaps in order to make money or in order to pay for this or pay for that with the Devil energy. The Devil is all about excess as well. But the Devil card is all about the chains that we are involved in, the things that bind us, so feeling in bondage. So it might be that you say, well, my challenge is taking a risk and going for this opportunity because I don't really want to enslave myself. I'm going to have to stay at my post and I might feel very enslaved by that. I might feel the lack of freedom, and we can see here that you guys decided with the Eight of Cups perhaps just to withdraw from the rat race. Things became too much, and with this Eight of Wands you said, For some of you guys with the Eight of Wands, you know, you didn't want it. People were asking you to come back to this thing, but you didn't want it. But for some of you guys, it's like this, there was just too much going on. Because the Eight of Wands is also about really fast moving energy. Lots and lots of things to do. So some of you guys are like, well, I've just had too much on my plate with this Eight of Wands energy and I don't want any more of it. And I'm withdrawing with the Eight of Cups from this rat race, the King of Wands energy. And my challenge is going back into this thing. Because I know that I'm going to enslave myself by having to stay at my post. Having to stay at my post, not being able to move. I'm not going to have much leverage if I go back into this thing. So that's your challenge, which is why I feel the energy for the month is the Three of Swords. There's a certain amount of sadness here and worry and fear with that Three of Swords energy. And I'm just going to see what that Three of Swords is about. What's this Three of Swords about? What's this Three of Swords about? So, yeah, the Two of Coins. Having to juggle too much. So you guys are worried really about having to juggle too much again. Even though you're saying to yourself, right, I'm going to resurrect this thing. I'm going to open the door back up because I have had with the Judgment energy some leeway. There have been some pressures that have been lifted off my shoulders with the Judgment energy. You know, you kind of say in the challenge position, but I don't know whether I'm sure that I want to take that risk with the Fool energy because I know that I'm going to be very much enslaved to staying at this post. A lot's going to be expected of me and I'm not going to have much leverage or much movement with these cards, the Nine of Wands and the Devil energy showing here. Because in the past, I said enough is enough. There's just too much with this Eight of Wands going on. Too many things to deal with. Too many responsibilities with the Eight of Wands energy. And I said no to this. And I turned my back on the rat race and I withdrew myself from exploring where I could go with this thing, with this job more than likely. And therefore, the energy for the month is I'm feeling really upset. I'm feeling really torn because the Three of Swords can also mean being torn between head and heart. So, you know, the energy for the month, Aquarius, is all about being torn between your head and your heart because you know that you're going to have to kind of try and make some concessions here. You're going to be juggling a lot of things, not just this thing that you're looking to go back into, but perhaps family, perhaps friendships. I get the impression that you were involved in something that consumed you and took a lot of your time up and you decided to withdraw from it. But a lot of you guys might be deciding to go back into it in the month of November 2018. But you're not quite sure whether you want to do it because you recognise the feelings that you felt before and you don't want to experience that again. Now, the most likely outcome will be the Knight of Cups energy. And what's this Knight of Cups about? Let's have a look what shows with the Knight of Cups energy showing here. Okay, so the Ten of Swords. I feel that the most likely outcome is that if you follow this desire with the Knight of Cups, it might not end very well with the Ten of Swords. It's going to put a lot of pressure on you guys with this Ten of Swords energy showing here. Okay? Because that's what the Ten of Swords is, mental pressure, and the Knight of Cups is all about following our heart's desires. And even though I think that your heart is desirous of this thing, I think that your head really tells you, I don't really know whether I want to go through that again. Because I had to juggle so many things. There might have been problems with travel. There might have been problems with, you know, childcare and that type of thing. You say, I don't really know whether I want to put myself through that all over again. So I feel the most likely outcome is for you guys, if you follow your heart on this with the Knight of Cups, it might lead with the Ten of Swords to your undoing, if that makes any sense. A lot of mental pressure going on here, something that you felt before. Now you're going to experience the Five of Swords energy showing here. Let's see what shows up with the Five of Swords. The Ace of Coins. So I feel that there's going to be a setback here in you starting this work with the Ace of Cups energy, because the influences around you, I feel that for some of you guys, you are chained with that Eight of Swords energy. I think that you are chained to responsibilities within the home to a certain extent, showing up with that Eight of Swords energy. And I feel that it's making you, with the Four of Cups energy, not be able to look at the opportunity that is being presented to you. I feel that the limitations that you're experiencing possibly within your home life doesn't enable you to see this as a potential opportunity. Even though here you're saying, well, I want to resurrect this thing. I'm ready to go back into the thing I closed the door on. Because, you know, there has been with the Judgment energy. It might be that you've made a big decision though with that Judgment energy showing here. Let's have a look what shows with Judgment. Because Judgment is also a big decision with the Judgment energy showing here. Okay, but I feel that you've been released off this King of Cups energy, which is It might be that you've been, I think that you want to return to doing something, and it might be that you've been released from, with the Judgment energy, some form of caring duties with this King of Cups energy, because the King of Cups is all about looking after our families and caring for others. So it might be that you have, and some of you guys might have made a decision that you want to go back into something that's creative here. Okay, so it could also, I think that this is, if this is something that's been creative that you worked in, the King of Cups is a creative job. So you might want to return here. You're showing us the Death in the reverse. So I feel that you're showing us people who want to make a return to, you know, make a return to, you've made this big life-changing decision with the King of Cups energy, maybe that you want to return to something that was creative here. Some of you guys, it might be that you've been released from, you know, certain duties within the family, for example, with that King of Cups energy. But influences around you are still that you are, with this Eight of Swords energy, feeling rather trapped, perhaps in terms of the children and the responsibilities still that you have at home to a certain extent. And it's making you feel that you can't take this particular offer with the Four of Cups energy. You're unable to take that offer because you do still have responsibilities, and you're worried about compromising those things. Your hope to be the Six of Coins. You want to have your independence. You want to receive money for the work that you do. The overall outcome is the Emperor. From this energy is the Emperor. What's this Emperor about? So I think that this is all about creating boundaries with the Emperor energy, or an agreement here. You've got the Queen of Swords. Okay, so I feel that the overall outcome is the Emperor can be a, because you've got the handshake here. So I often see this Emperor on the probably Paladin Tarot as the agreement card as well, the shaking of a hand. But I also see that there's, you know, the overall outcome from this is, because I'm seeing setbacks in you doing the job here. The Five of Swords is setbacks, and the Ace of Coins is about a job. So it might be that there are setbacks in you doing the job because you still have these responsibilities that don't allow you to look at this as a viable option with the Four of Cups energy. But I feel that from this area here where there are setbacks, I don't think it's, I mean, it could be that there are setbacks in money showing here as well. If there are setbacks in money, Ace of Cups, Ace of Coins, because coins is money that you get in as well. And it might be you've got some problems with money showing up here as well. I feel for the overall outcome, you'll make an agreement to do something, but it might be, Aquarius, that it's on your terms. You're laying out a few terms concerning this with the Queen of Swords, because Queen of Swords is highly analytical, and she tends to, she tends to lay out her terms. She doesn't hold back. So it might be that you are making an agreement here. I'm actually inclined to say that there might be some setbacks concerning money. I feel that this is setbacks concerning your cash. I think there are issues concerning cash here in the immediate future for some of you guys. And the overall outcome shows from that with the Emperor energy, you decide to take control of this. Okay? Possibly by being quite analytical concerning the situation, because a lot of this is an emotional thing for you with that Queen of Swords energy. Okay, you might be, you say, I decide to take control of this situation, but there are a few things that I need to dictate here. It might be that you need to dictate a few changes with that Wheel of Fortune. Wheel of Fortune is all about changes. So it might be because you're Aquarius, so you can easily show us that Queen of Swords, you're an air sign. So it might be, okay, with the Emperor energy, I'll accept this offer, but I want to dictate a few changes that I need to come in around this thing because I have a family or I have other responsibilities around this. I think it's because you've got setbacks with money. I think there are issues with money showing here for some of you Aquarians. And that's why the overall outcome from those setbacks with the Five of Swords with money, what you say is, okay, I agree to do this with the Emperor energy, but I need to dictate how these, a few changes that I need, a few big changes with that Wheel of Fortune I need to occur in this situation. Okay, i.e., yeah, I can only do a 3 to 4 day week instead of a 5 day week because I've got the kids or I've got these responsibilities. We're going to do this reading again for you guys in November 2018. I feel in November 2018, Aquarius, you guys are death in the reverse. So you close the door on a situation within your life, but now you're ready to reopen up that door. It's called coming back from the dead. It's the Lazarus effect. So you're resurrecting yourself. You're dusting the cobwebs off and you're saying, right, I'm ready to make a return. I think that you guys have made, some of you guys have made a very important decision. It could be on your careers. The King of Cups a creative career. It might be because you've been, you know, you've seen some ease up with the Judgment energy in terms of maybe your caring duties, your mothering duties, your fathering duties, maybe with that King of Cups energy showing there. I feel that the root issue is all about and I don't think that this is love. For some of you guys, it might be love. Maybe there's a return, a renewal of a relationship with an individual here, a King of Cups. So it could be, well, I'm going to return to doing something here because I've had a renewal of a relationship, or this person has contacted me out of the blue. You might have been contacted by a King of Cups here as well. Okay, this would be a nice person that you'd work with. So it might be, well, I'm going to return to doing this thing because I've been contacted, Judgment from a King of Cups, somebody who I used to work with in the past. The root issue is I think that you took a break on a job, or on a people that you were networking with, or on a business situation here. Something you were exploring. I think that you guys took a break on with that Four of Swords energy showing there. And I feel that in the past, you guys, things became too much. There was a lot going on with that Eight of Wands, and I feel that with the Two of Swords, you said enough. I need a break from this. I need to cut this out. And I need to, you know, I need to really just turn my back for the time being on the rat race with the King of Wands energy showing here. I feel that your challenge, Aquarius, for the month of November 2018 is taking that leap of faith with the Fool energy, taking that opportunity, because I feel that you have felt extraordinarily tired with that Nine of Wands energy by the responsibilities that some of you guys had with this Devil energy showing here. You really felt enslaved by that. You felt that there's no way out of this. I've got to stay at my post, and there's no way, there's no leverage for any type of freedom within this area here. But I feel as a result of that, this is why there is, for some of you guys, feeling really upset maybe. The focus for the month is on, having to make head over heart decisions with that Three of Swords energy, because you know with this Two of Coins you're going to be juggling a lot. There's going to be a lot on your plate if you go back to doing this thing, because you've not only got your family and your personal lives, but you've got to juggle probably a very demanding job, I would say, for some of you guys here. The most likely outcome, I feel, that of this, if it carries on the way it is that following your heart's desire is going to put a lot of pressure on you with this Ten of Swords energy. But the thing is that I think that coming in, Aquarius, is that this Five of Swords, you've got setbacks concerning money. So there might be some money issues going on for you guys here. And influences around the situation is also, despite having these money issues, you've got limitations in your own personal life. You've got kids to be taken care of for some of you guys. You know, you've got, you feel, and I think especially in the home life with this Eight of Swords energy, there are lots of things that are trapping you to where you are, and it's making you feel with this Four of Cups you can't take this opportunity because you've got so many demands on you where you are with that Eight of Swords energy showing here. All you really want is a chance to make money and to be independent with the Six of Coins. But I feel from the setbacks with money that we see for some of you guys coming in November, I think the overall outcome will be that you'll make that decision with the Emperor to go over this thing. You'll make an agreement on this thing with the Emperor energy. But this agreement with the Emperor energy showing up here as the overall outcome is very dependent on you dictating your terms with this Queen of Swords energy. So I feel that with the Emperor energy, you'll agree to go back into whatever this opportunity is, but with the Queen of Swords, it will come with a caveat in a way. And you'll say, but my demands are with the Queen of Swords energy that there are good, good changes put in place here, because I've got other responsibilities as well. I want to do this thing, but if I do it, and with all the responsibilities I have at home, and I have for this and I have for that, if I'm going to do it, I need to make sure that I'm taken care of, because I think a lot of you guys weren't taking care of yourself in the past. That's why you withdrew from this thing, and you also withdrew from the rat race, because this is a race. So you withdrew from the race. You took yourself out of it. You took yourself out of the running because it was just too much. You just had enough. There was just far too much going on, and you've got other people that you needed to take care of here. But I feel it's merely a money situation for some of you guys why you decide to go back into this. But I don't think you go back into it lightly. I think that you go back into this thing, but you say, if I'm going to go back into it, I want to make one thing clear. And what I want to make clear is that I am doing it on my terms. Can you see how the Queen of Swords is wagging her finger? She's like, right, okay, yeah, I'll shake your hand on it, but this is going to be on my terms. Yeah, okay, so I want to be able to dictate the changes that come in. I'm dictating to you the changes. So if I'm going to, and I think that somebody perhaps from the past has communicated with you, the judgment, you know, is a communication from the past from a King of Cups. So if some of you guys had somebody that you worked with from the past communicating and say, would you like to come back into this thing? And they probably did it here as well, but you ignored their communication because you had withdrawn from the rat race. But now, because perhaps there are setbacks concerning your money, you say, okay, finally, I renege on, I relent and I say, I agree. Okay, but I'm dictating to you and I'm making it quite open and knowledgeable to you with this Queen of Swords energy that there has to be some changes in this situation. If it's going to work, then I have to maybe do a 3-day week instead of a 5 because I've got responsibilities around me at the moment. Very, very interesting reading, Aquarius, for the month of November 2018. I would like to say thanks ever so much for joining me on Carol's Universe and have a great day. Take care. Bye-bye.